Test, 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 test. 1, 2, 3.
Hello.
Hey, happy day.
Yeah, how are you?
Oh, living it. Living
How,
the dream.
how's Michigan? How's the snow over there?
There's lots of snow and more coming. There's
Yeah.
lots of snow in Indiana right now, though, too, right?
Yeah, we got like a foot of snow where I live in Fort Wayne.
Cool. I love it. That's the fun stuff.
Right.
All right. Cool. I like your ocean, China. That's pretty sweet behind you.
Thanks. It gives me, Cabo vibes.
The Zen.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see. I can do. Yeah. Cool. I'm totally going with the background today. Yeah. If anybody has a background, okay, this is background class. Everybody change your background to something fun and cool in Zoom if you can, if you have that capabilities. I'm in Finding Nemo's underwater layer right now. Yeah.
I was gonna say that's what it reminded me of.
Okay, for everybody just coming on to class, do a background. It's background night. So choose, if you know, in Zoom, you can choose a cool background. So go for it. Everybody choose a good background. Yeah, all right.
Decided to go all natural since my computer literally cannot support that. So
Well, okay, that happens. It's all good if you can't do it. At least you're on here, man.
Oh God, I tried to find it and it says I have no background virtual filters that I can use. It just says none.
Oh,
So
try it out. They're fun.
this is what
Okay.
yeah, my computer's just plain old, too old.
exactly. Mine's a 2010. Wasn't about to drop $1,500 right now.
I feel that mine's a 2013.
It sucks being poor.
May the force be with all of our computers.
At least it can last this long.
We need those. All right, I'm going to give it like one more minute. I think we got pretty much everybody on now. Cool. Oh, before I start, geez, this week was hard. I knew 2 people that died from COVID, and it's just like, damn, man, you know, it hits you. I've known, you know, a lot of people that got sick and this and that, but like one of them's like a uncle of a family friend, and the other one was this wonderful woman that did so much for the arts in Indianapolis. She just passed away. Her name's Jill Dittmeyer. And she was a fantastic lady that helped promote nonprofits and the arts, and theater, music, so much more. So she was, you know, it's sad. And that just happened like a day ago too, with her passing, that, and it came out online. So how we doing? Okay, I'm not to start class off with like, oh, you know, boo, but okay, yeah, everybody okay? Kicking it?
In some lighter news, my grandpa just got back from the VA yesterday. He had his first round of COVID vaccination go. So,
Yeah, raise the roof.
oh yeah.
Vaccines for all, everybody. Please get one. It'll do a body good. You know, yeah, my mom and dad, they're getting them next week. I was happy that my parents are getting them. They're both a little older. My mother has some health issues. Anybody here vaccinated? Anybody get the vaccine yet, or working, you know, or in, you know, a field like that, or medical field? No. Okay. Well, our time will come. We are younger and we are healthy. So hopefully that will come sooner than later, because they're getting ready to start shipping out COVID-19 vaccinations, I heard, directly to pharmacies now, starting next week. So President Biden made true to that campaign promise, and he's rolling it out. He's not keeping anything back. He's like, you know, that's kind of dumb. Let's get the vaccines out and help each other. So yeah, anybody have anything? Anything cool? Anything good? Anything bad? Anything fun under the sea?
I was gonna say I don't have the vaccine, but I actually have COVID right now. So not too bad though. My quarantine is up tomorrow. So last week it was like the day after class. Woke up like body aches, went to go take some ibuprofen and was gonna eat something with it. And it tasted weird. I think it was like an oatmeal cookie and it tastes like metal. I was like, that's kind of weird. And then, you know, I had a cough a few days before that, but then when I woke up, I couldn't taste, couldn't smell everything. I went and got tested and my rapid came back positive. So it's not too bad. I think the biggest thing for me was the body aches. And then, I mean, like you get kind of, like I feel like out of breath a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just glad it's not like a severe case. So
Yeah, I'm glad you're on the mend, and thank you for quarantining
yeah.
like an adult should. Yes, there are people that don't do that.
It's
Even
my
with
whole our whole house has it.
Yeah.
So we've all been. So
Oh, do you have like roommates?
no, it's my boyfriend's family.
Yeah.
So like I think I got it from them. So I have had to stay over here. So and there's like 7 of us and like a little baby. So we all have it.
Go quarantine. Yeah. It's been okay though with everybody else.
Yeah, they've all been pretty good. So just like same symptoms. So
Yeah. That's common what you're saying. That's a thing. Wow. It's just amazing. I've known someone that was a physical fitness trainer, a gym trainer, and she got it and it wiped her out. She's like the most high energy, kick ass, go for it type of lady. So, well, keep kicking it. It's good. All right. Anybody else?
My dad, he is a respiratory therapist, and he got vaccinated, and he just went through his second shot, and everything was smooth. But my friend, she's a nurse, she got vaccinated yesterday, and she said that she woke up in the middle of the night like sobbing because she was in so much pain, like her body was hurting so bad. Um, and she said that she had a reaction to the flu shot like after she didn't get it for a long time. um, but yeah, it's definitely on my mind. I get
Yeah.
really bad reactions to shots, so it's been on my mind about that. But definitely am thinking about getting it when it becomes available.
Good. And you're right, Mary. Like, yeah, it's a concern with everybody.
Allergies are like that the huge issue, and I'm like allergic to everything, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, hopefully you can figure out. I think they're figuring out which ones are better for people with allergic reactions and things like that. If it'd be like the Pfizer or the Johnson one that's coming out or something like that. So just, yeah, I've talked to your doctor and try to check that out. Do a little bit of research.
Right, I definitely want to protect my family members and
Yeah.
on me, but
Yeah. I've heard the same thing. One of my best friends, he works at a hospital. He got the first dose and then he got the second dose, and the second dose just kind of knocked him out for about 24 hours, he said. And that's what you're seeing a lot of with the 2-dose ones. It's the second dose that does that. Now, you have to understand though, too, this is a different type of vaccine than we've ever had in our entire lives or the world. This vaccine does not actually put coronavirus in you like all other vaccines do. They put just a small amount of that, whatever it is, inside of you to train your body. So the COVID-19 vaccines, they're genetic. They're genetically enhanced vaccinations. And they literally kind of, from what I'm reading, change your DNA a little bit. So they train your body in a different way to fight off COVID-19 or to fight off, something bad than a different way than they've ever done it before. And so it's interesting. Yeah, it makes me a little cautious, but hey, it's working and it seems like it's working. I hope, knock on wood. And, so I trust in our healthcare. I trust in our doctors, so it's
yeah,
all you can do.
the freaky thing is that I've been hearing from a lot of people, at least I know 2 of my friends, like a bunch of kids that our age are getting COVID and then like having appendicitis or something crazy happened to them. One of my friends, her boyfriend's brother, had COVID, and then like a couple weeks later, now he's kind of like not all there and just kind of out of it constantly, and like doesn't know what's going on, but is definitely different now. And they're saying it's because of COVID. So it's just like the after effects are just becoming really freaky down the road. And it's like not happening immediately, it's like months after. So I feel like that's just kind of pushing me towards it too.
Yes. And yeah, it's different for everybody. My former wife got it, and she tells me now, 12 weeks later, that she's still really out of breath. And it's just taking her some time to get back into it. So, okay. All right. Anybody else? Anything else before we get into the fun, we get into the groups, we get into the campaigns? No, everybody's cool? All right. Well, we're always here. We'll check in next week, okay? So last week, I told you all about communications fails. So every week, I will take 2 or 3 fails of communications or digital media, social media, something for extra credit. Okay. So does anybody have any fails for the week? Anything happen? Anybody see anything?
I saw something.
Okay.
It's kind of not anything that I would normally see, but it's a K-pop group, and they're called G-Friend. And the lead singer, I think her name is So Won. She went. I tweeted about it, but she went and they did a video, and there was behind the scenes of this cafe, I think, of where they filmed it, and they posted pictures of them like hugging and kissing like Nazi figures and figurines, and like they didn't know that that's what it was, I guess. And they ended up, she took it down immediately and hasn't said anything, but their like management company spoke out about it. And I can't remember everything else, but I posted it on my Twitter, and yeah, I thought that was interesting.
No, that is interesting. Do you use hashtag
Yeah.
J28? Cool. All right. Yeah, that's definitely one. And we always talk about it when this happens. So do you feel that, so you said they made a statement. Do you feel that what happened out of it? So they were kissing statues and they were Nazi statues, they've come to find out, right? And so it's a big deal. They made a statement, like you said. Was it real? Was it authentic? Do you think it truly helped the situation?
I think it helped die down the amp up of it all. And I mean, she was getting so much love because she's the lead singer, and these K-pop groups, like they have a big following.
Right.
So it didn't seem like she was getting a ton of like hate, and I thought that the response they had, it was a really long statement, and it was just through their source music. And I think that it did address most of the points, and they said that, they had no idea what it was about, and as soon as she realized that it was anything offensive, like she would never want to offend her fans and things like that. But then other people were talking about it and just saying, like, it's just kind of blind,
Sure. So would you have done anything differently?
I feel like they did a good job, but So Juan didn't say anything, and she didn't address her fans or anything like that. From what I've seen so far, I think it happened 2 days ago. But I think that I would maybe lead her down that road of addressing her fans in a way that they can respond to her and like actually engage with her. But the statement was fairly good.
No. Okay. Cool. Thanks. All right. That's one. Anybody else? Anybody have one or think of one?
I have one.
Okay. Cool. Oh, and I love your background, man. Go indie. Yeah.
I just got from the internet. I saw there was, I might not get like all the details exactly correct, but there was a singer who passed away last week. Her name was Sophie, and Charlie XCX, the singer, she like tweeted about it. And I'm not like sure of their relationship, if they like work together, if they were just really good friends. But she tweeted about like how she was like really upset about it. And there's this TikToker named Charlie D'Amelio. And so like I think they started trending like, "We love you, Charlie," or like, "We're here for you, Charlie." And she like thought that was like about her. And she was like, "Oh, you guys are so sweet." And it like wasn't about her. And then she just like deleted it and like act like it didn't happen. It's just like really awkward for her.
Yeah, I get that. And it comes across as a little insensitive.
Yeah. I think people like I mean, she's like 16. So I mean, people are really harsh on her. But like she like people were saying it was like very like self-absorbed to just like assume it was about her. But I mean, I think it was just like an honest mistake. I mean, it is like awkward because it's like such a heavy topic. But I mean, the girl's like 16. I think the internet was just like coming a little too hard at her, but
Sure. Yeah.
see that.
So have they done what they needed to do so far?
I mean, she didn't like put out a statement or anything. She literally just deleted the tweet and like acted like it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's not the best.
Yeah.
What would you do as her publicist or PR girl?
I would definitely like just put out like some sort of statement. Like, I mean, it was like, I just think it was like an honest like mix up. She just obviously like wasn't reading the situation well. And I mean, it was just a mistake. I mean, it wasn't like the worst thing in the world. I think it's just like kind of, yeah, it's like embarrassing.
Yeah, it happens. And she's a public figure.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, you have to address that. Okay. Yeah, cool. All right. That works. And who is it? Let's see here, chat. How do you say your name? McKaylee? McKaylee?
It's McKaylee. Yeah, we got on the microphone at the same time, and then she said that. I was just about to bring that up.
I'm sorry.
You're good. Yeah, but just adding on to that, when you said like, what would you do as a publicist? I was kind of stuck as I was reading into the situation, because now that I'm looking at the tweet, Charlie said, you know, I was actually looking through the hashtag and oh my God, you're so sweet. So it's like, you really didn't look through the hashtag, you would have known it wasn't you. So I don't know. It would take me some thought before I tried to patch that up, but that was a really funny one.
Yeah, no, and that's a good point. Yeah, so she probably looked at like 2 or 3 things that people said in the hat. Yeah. So it's just one of those things, and that's why a lot of people today, they have trainers, they have social media trainers, as part of their publicist, as part of their PR group. So, and that's a real thing today. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Yeah. Hey, absolutely. Thanks, McKaylee. McKaylee, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Sorry. Okay. Hey, so that's going to be it for fails for tonight. Tweets, hashtag J428. Everybody doing okay? Did it freak anybody out? No? Okay, I'm really glad to hear that, because as every semester goes on, less and less freakouts happen, because I'm like, oh, we have to tweet. Oh, we have to think about what we're doing, and stuff like that. And yeah, it's great. So that's good to hear. No, that's awesome. Go you guys. So I'm not going to say anything about those, anything more. There were some good tweets. There were good personal tweets. There were good communications type of professional tweets too out there. Again, you can retweet each other, but you can only do that 2, maybe 3 times. And again, just like if you're retweeting, PR Daily, or you're retweeting the New York Times or something like that, you have to give your anecdote as to why you're retweeting, said tweet and stuff. But yeah, follow each other. Again, all you guys have followed me. You can go onto my, my account, and you can see that. If you go to my followers, you can see each other, and you can just see each other through the hashtag too. Seriously, give each other a follow. It'd be amazing. People surprise you. You don't think, oh, about this or that. But if you really start to follow tweets, and you really start to follow this hashtag as we go along, and, I'm going to have you guys start tweeting when we get into the project too, like little things you're doing about your project and how it fits into PR and stuff like that. So it's cool stuff. So rock and roll. All right. Woo. Let's see here. What do I got next on my fun list for today? All right. Everybody cool? Till we get into some fun. I'm going to talk for a little bit. It sucks, but we're floating under the water. We're having a good time. All right. Campaigns, PR campaigns. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to do some research, some planning. We're going to create a campaign for, like a group or an organization. And you're going to do this in groups. So it'll be fun. This is the biggest, most robust thing that you guys will do so far in your collegiate career as PR practitioners. You know, you've looked at campaigns, you've looked at some research before, you've looked at, you know, tactics. All right. And you all are upperclassmen. And so now it's time to put your knowledge to the test, work with each other, you know, create a campaign for something cool, you know, and it's fun. I love this class. I had this class as a grad student. I think I told you guys that, and it was just cool. And I still have to this day. My project was Wishart Hospital. One of the people in my group knew somebody that worked at the Wishart Hospital Public Relations Communications Office. In Wishart Hospital, I don't even think it's Wishart anymore. I think it's IU Health now. I think Wishart got put into that. But you know, there were 4 of us. And at that time, yeah, we went in and we talked to them and we sat around the conference table and stuff. But that's not going, you know, and that was in 2011, 2012 when I did that. So, you know, we can't do that obviously right now, but we have the power of Zoom. Okay. We have the power of digital media, and it can work and it can happen. Okay. It'll surprise us all. Now, let me ask you guys this. Now that we're into this, before I just keep moving on, anybody done a group project during the pandemic via Zoom like this? Yeah, a few of you guys. Okay. You know, has it worked? Is it, you had to learn a little bit? Okay, so we got some yeses, some nos, things like that. Yeah, so hopefully this becomes an even better experience with that. All right. I'm going to give you guys some flexibility again, and I'll get into this when I give you your groups and we talk more about the project and stuff, but hopefully you'll really like it. Okay, so you're going to do a campaign. So, you know, campaigns and public relations are like the best way to take a direct, professional, you know, practical approach to using PR and marketing to like solve a problem, to change attitudes, like to really get out there with your company to make a splash, you know, or to do a set outcome. All right. So as PR people, as communicators, we're always trying, you know, we're communicating, we're putting things out, but there has to be a rhyme and a rhythm to it. You can't just shotgun it out there, 6 shooters, man, and just throw things out and see what sticks. You can. And, you know, I still do that myself. All right. But when you're really wanting to hone down and take care of your client or take care of your company, I mean, that's the way to do it, is a campaign. Okay. Let me see this. Okay. So let me pull this up. I'm going to share my screen. Oh, there we go. Share Safari. You guys see my Safari? Right here, the 20 best PR campaigns of the past 2 decades. Let me pull up my notes again. In here, okay. So some of these are okay, and some of these are absolutely phenomenal campaigns, okay, that have lasted the test of time, and they're still going after years and years and years. Okay, so one right here, Feeding Children Better. I didn't really know a whole lot about that, but I knew Jeff Bridges and the End Hunger Network. The Heart Truth, which is a good one. America's Youth Declare Themselves. This is my big one. Okay, right here, Go Red for Women with the American Heart Association. In 2004, they started that, and now it's like an annual thing, and people love it, and people will give money, and they will wear red like from head to toe. I've done this when I've been in organizations. I mean, it's an amazing, amazing thing, you know. So it was a 2-folded campaign. Yes, it was to get some donations, but yes, it was to just bring awareness. And my gosh, it bought the awareness, man. I mean, it's a global effort now. And if you look at this, so they had a nonprofit partnership with Macy's, you know, and they promote it and they take donations, and they ask, like, when you're at Macy's, you want to round up, you know, your $1 and give it to Go Red. And now they've, again, and this is from 2019, this blog, but in 2019, 60 million in donations from Macy's alone and stuff. So, I mean, that's a huge one. This was a big one too, the Dove campaign for real beauty. And it was something that they did with females, and it was to be real and to talk about how do you see yourselves. And Dove did many things along with this too, like changing the shapes of their shampoo bottles and stuff like that. But they asked people to walk through if they thought they were average or beautiful. Okay. And then they said, hey, you're all beautiful. It's interesting. I'm going to actually share this link. Here, hold on. Let me take this, copy this. Oh, I can't do that because I'm sharing my screen, but I'll share this link with you. The Doritos crash Super Bowl was awesome. That was really cool. A dude lived in IKEA for a while. Barbie gets her geek on. This was a huge one. Helped rebrand Barbie. And this is another one of my favorites, man. Small Business Saturday from American Express. Okay, so yeah, we need to help small business, especially now. And Small Business Saturday is right there by, the holidays, and it's supposed to be, the quintessential goodness to Black Friday. So Black Friday, you go out, you buy Amazon retailers, and then you come to Small Business Saturday. I mean, it is fantastic. Small businesses love it. American Express sends things out to the businesses to help them out. I mean, it's cool. And I love this one too. Chipotle's had their issues lately, but back in 2011, they did something really good when they were like one of the first companies to come out and really say, hey, we're going to be like completely sustainable. We're going to be completely organic. We're going to, not, have chicken that have, a bunch of hormones and things pumped into them to have chicken breasts 4 times the size they're supposed to. And it was really cool. It was really cool. And the Like a Girl, hashtag Like a Girl. This still happens, man. And this is still going, it's a wonderful one. So let me stop this. All right, I'm going to go into the chat. Give me the chat. Here we go. Okay, you guys now have the link to that. Check it out, bookmark it, read through it. It's a good one. And if you guys, hey, that's another thing too. If you're not following PR Week, follow them on Twitter, follow them on other social media platforms. They have great content. They can help you find a job. They can help you learn. I still learn from them, and I'm 43 years old. So yeah, rock and roll. Follow PR Week, please, please. So, one more here. Let me go. I wanted to show you one of my favorite campaigns, and this is a campaign that I've done. Let me share my screen again. I almost forgot about this one. This is why you make notes. Okay, here is my website, benricesinger.com. And I have this little section in here called Virtual Portfolio. And so one of the most amazing campaigns that I've ever done here, I put up at the top. It's about 4 years old now, but it was the hospital that brought me up to Grand Rapids, Michigan. And it was a 125th anniversary campaign. And it was just a huge campaign of traditional, of digital, of, showing people, just how much Mary Free Bed has done for the community. So it was like our anniversary, but it was all about the community. There were several things. They opened up a brand new YMCA. We had members of our staff reading stories. We had elves with prosthetic legs, and we had a leg lamp. Anybody ever hear of A Christmas Story? Know the famous leg lamp that's up in there that gets broken by the dogs. So we made a prosthetic leg lamp. It's pretty cool. Here's one that I did for a couple years, and it was all pro bono. And this is another one of my favorites. And this is why I put this up on my website, and it's Indie Fringe. If y'all don't know about, excuse me, I need to take a drink. If y'all don't know about Indie Fringe, you should look them up. It's an amazing, amazing group of nonprofit theater and activists that put on a fringe festival. And if you don't know what a fringe festival is, it's art of all types. And they bring everybody in, they give 100%, you know, they charge like $5 to go watch a show, and all the proceeds go back to the artist. It's really, really cool. And so I helped them establish their first ever true digital social media campaign in Indy Fringe. And it was with their, if you look the upcoming 10th anniversary, it was for that. They saw record numbers beyond projections, and they actually had a 30% higher revenue than the year before. And so that was in 2013. And that's what I wanted to show you with those. So campaigns can take all types of cool different forms. They can be traditional, they can be digital. You know, it's up to you all to figure this out as a group about how you want to structure it. You know, this is your brainchild, man. This is a portfolio piece for you all. This is something that you can show to help get some, excuse me, to help get some internships, to help get your, you know, land a job. This is the good stuff. All right. Rock and roll. Woo! Everybody give me a woo. Woo! All right. That's what I needed. Okay, so what are you guys going to do? Like, what is this class? What's the big dog of this class? It is a campaign. Let me get to my notes again. Okay, so you're going to do it. You're going to plan it from start to finish. The entire campaign, from the conceptual to the campaign, to the research, to the end, the analyzation. You know, and again, we're kind of mocking this up. Back when I did it, we actually kind of did it. You know, they said, hey, this class blended over into another class for a full year. And then we took our campaigns that we made and we tried to actually execute them, which, you know, you can still do. And it just depends on who you all work with. So, okay, so here we go. I was going to pick for you all, like tell you who to do, but I thought, okay, if you're in groups of 4, you guys know people, you can reach out, you can do things. And I thought I'm going to leave it up to you in your groups to figure out who you want to do. Now, this can be like a real thing in Indianapolis, a real group, a real nonprofit, a real organization. It can be made up if you want to make something up and go about it and execute it like that. If you want to make up a company or make up a business and create a campaign for said company or business, you know, in that way, that I'm going to allow that too. All right. So you're going to choose your company, number 1. Number 2, you're going to do research for said company. You're going to figure out an issue. What's the issue with your company, your organization? What is the campaign about? What do you want this campaign to do? All right. After you research the issue, you're going to create tactics. And this can be traditional tactics, digital tactics, you know, and I don't need to go over things like that with you. You guys get that. It can be anything from ads to social posts to print advertisement to TV. It depends on who your public is. It depends on who your organization is and who you're reaching out to. After you create tactics, you know, you're going to explain how would you execute said campaign. You know, we've talked about, you've heard the word Gantt charts. Okay, you're going to have to create a timeline. All right, and this timeline, you know, this is your campaign timeline. After you create that, you know, you will have to analyze your said campaign, and that's the final part. So it's about a 4-part. You're going to kind of, when it comes out, you're going to do 4 parts throughout the semester together, and you're going to have different deadlines for them. So the first part will be the first part. And then at the end, you know, you'll have all your parts, and then you just got to make it look good. Because when you submit your parts, I'm going to allow you to just like submit a Word document or this or that. You know, you don't have to make it look like the final final project. Okay, so it allows you some time to figure out what does that creative look like? What is my project going to look like? And again, this is going to be, we're not printing anything out anymore, man. We live in a digital age. So this is going to be one PDF that you submit to me. And, I mean, I'm sure some of you have made, taken PDFs and you take Word docs and you can put pages in and stuff. So that's what you will turn in at the end. You will do a presentation about your campaign, your company, all of that. And then you'll turn in to me a PDF. And then we're going to share your PDFs with the other groups too. Okay. We're going to do that just to let you know. Woo. All right. Everybody cool? You get it? Yeah. All right, man. Nobody's freaking. I like it. Go team, go, man. It's going to be a good class. I have a good feeling about you guys. You guys are going to kick ass, take names, man, and go onward and upward. All right. So, groups. I'm going to give you your groups now. Okay. And it's 4 per group. So once I give you guys groups, hopefully you guys can reach out, chat, talk, get to know each other if you don't know each other. Hopefully you all are at least familiar with each other. So I just went down because I was like, okay, how are we going to do this? I thought about picking numbers, but I just went down the roster. So group 1 is Auger, Aziz, Ball, and Byrne. Group 2 is Burke, Calderon, Cooper, and Darnell. Group 3 is Doherty, Harrell, Johnston, and Lynn. Group 4 is Minter, Poets, Rogers, and Romero. Group 5 is Sharma, Smith, Toman, and Wheeler. And then is Jacqueline here tonight? Our grad student? Oh, yeah, there you are up there. Hey, and Jackie, she is going to do a solo one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get to do it on your own. So yours is going to be a little different too in a few ways. And I can go over that with you.
Okay.
So rock and roll. Okay. So let's just chat here for a second about, who do you go to? What do you do? Easy ones for this project are always nonprofits. Reach out to a nonprofit, say, hey, I'm in a public relations class and we would like to do a campaign for you free of charge. We are college students in the IUPUI journalism and public relations major, and reach out to them. And they're usually really, really helpful and thankful with that. Another good one, would just be anybody that that has like a small business. I'm sure that you all know someone that has a small business, someone that could use something like this that would really help them. Okay, so that's another one. Another one that I always look at too is you all are at IUPUI, okay, or IU, both. So reach out. There are all these schools. Every school on campus has its own communication staff because they're promoting their school. They're trying to get people to come and enroll in their school and so forth. So you can't do our major. You can't do our department, but reach out to another one. I mean, there's like liberal arts and there's music and there's science. And I mean, there's a bunch of them. I mean, right now, I know that, like IU Health would be a good one, reach out to, and well, maybe not because they're going kind of crazy, but, think about things like that. Think about any type of a hospital, and they're usually pretty easy to work with too. Okay, well, who else do I have on my list? Like local type of government stuff. So like if any of you come from a small town or this or that, like say, hey, can we help you create some type of an advertising campaign to help promote the town, to help promote tourism. I've had students that have done projects with Visit Indy, and they've done projects with Visit Indy, and they're very specific because it's Visit Indy. So, but that is it for my like companies. So let's talk this. So anybody have any ideas? Just, anybody think of anything? Yeah, who's that? Go for it.
You mentioned like local governments.
Mhm.
I work for the city of Fishers and their PR team. Would that be like a conflict of interest?
Yeah, but no. I don't know.
Just an idea.
Yes, just let me ask you this. Come to me with an idea. What's your idea for the city of Fishers? What would it be?
I couldn't think of one off the top of my head, but I can come to you.
Yeah, but yeah, let's just talk. I'm on the fence with that one, but yeah, you get it. I'm
Okay.
sure there's some initiatives or something going on that, that would be great for Fishers to have in our arsenal. Nobody else has any ideas?
Should we just stay away from like, if, for example, I have an internship as well, I work for a nonprofit. So should we just stay away from places that we're associated with directly, or should we actually keep them in the back pocket?
I usually say no, but this is why I'm thinking, especially now with what we're living in. So yeah, I'll allow it. If you do work with someone, yeah, and same thing for you, Christina. Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking this off the top of my head. Yeah, absolutely. It just needs to be, something specific, some good goal.
So my mom runs a nonprofit called Project Play. And one of the things they really want to do is a toy drive this fall. So I figured that would probably be a good one.
That's kind of badass. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Love that. I love that. Babies need toys.
Yep.
True. And figure out how to get that word out there.
Right.
I'm 43 and I like toys. So, yeah. I've had students do like bars before, like local bars, local restaurants. That's another one to reach out to, especially right now with the local restaurants. Tell them, hey, let us help you try to figure out the best way to get out there right now. Even though, knock on wood, hopefully things continue to open up. Restaurants opened up in Michigan today for the first time in like 9 months. It is insane. Like people are just flocking to restaurants. Things are way more locked down up here in Michigan than they are down in Indiana too. It's crazy. Yeah, I love that, Zach. That's cool. Anybody else thinking of anything?
I recently had PSL Indianapolis reach out to, they just are having like a lot of events within the community within the next couple months. And so they wanted help just getting the word out there. So I thought that might be a good option as well.
Yeah, what's PSL?
It's the Party of Socialism and Liberation in Indianapolis.
Oh, cool. Cool. So they reached out to you asking for some help?
Yeah, so one of the guys that runs it is one of my friend's former professors. And so he kind of reached out to her and then through her connected to me. So
yeah, and that might be really interesting too.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun doing that one. Sure. Anybody else? Something I thought would be cool is somebody to work with something that, what is it? Something that deals with the pandemic, like maybe vaccine rollouts or something like that. Just something, of the now of our time that we're doing, and I guess it could be made up too, if you'd be interested in doing something like that.
Another good idea, but I saw a headline today that the Fauci approved like 15-minute COVID at-home tests to be distributed and available to the public here soon. So that's an idea.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's good.
I know this is also Sorry, I know it's another shot in the dark for those of you who follow, but I don't know if anyone heard the NCAA and EA announced today that they are bringing back the NCAA football video games, and that's been a fan favorite for people for like well over a decade now, and it's just huge for NCAA. And I don't know if you guys have followed that, but they recently allowed players a couple of years ago to then get like basically to get compensation for like advertisements and for using their names, and so that's really huge in the sports world and collegiate world too.
Hell yeah. If you're on scholarship, they're paying your ass to play. I mean, yeah. Yeah, you're getting free college and stuff like that, but I mean, it ain't no joke, man, if you're on a collegiate sports scholarship. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one too. Okay. I'm going to go over groups one more time just to do this. I'll probably put them in Zoom, or not Zoom, in Canvas at some point here soon. But again, group 1, Auger, Aziz, Ball, and Byrne. Group 2, Burke, Calderon, Cooper, Darnell. Group 3, Doherty, Harrell, Johnston, and Lynn. Group 4, Minter, Hoetz, Rogers, and Romero. And group 5, Sharma, Smith, Toman, I hope I'm saying all your names right, sorry, and Wheeler. Okay. Woo! Go groups. So, I would like for this, what I would like for you guys to do right now is either reach out to each other, start a group text, start an email chain, and get acquainted and talk that out. Because next week I'm going to require you to tell me 100% who you are doing. Okay, so you have 1 week to work it out through your group and stuff. Next week, we're going to really dive into the book. And I just kind of wanted to say this, you have to read this text so you can get a deeper insight, and it really walks you through this entire process that we're going to go through, okay? So read the book, makes the class like 1,000,000 times easier. All right. And we're going to cover, the highlights of it and stuff like that next week of your reading. I know it's a sucky part of class. I don't like it either, but this is good shit and you will learn some good shit from it. Like, I promise you that. I promise you that. It's cool, man. We're in PR, we're in communications, we're kick ass. That's why we're doing what we do. Okay. Questions? Comments, concerns. I didn't have a booger, right? Hanging out.
I have a quick question, like kind of off topic though, just in general about the class. I noticed that there isn't an assignments tab so that things come up on our dashboard. Will there be one in this class, or is there not really a need for one?
There's not a need for one, but I've learned after last semester, I'm like the prof that doesn't use Canvas. And I give you your assignments and I have you, Canvas message me them. But, with this, yeah, I'll break out like the 4 parts and stuff like that into assignments with the due dates. That way you guys understand what you're looking at. And you understand, I got to have X done by this Tuesday at 6 p.m. before class, to turn in.
Okay.
While we're talking about the Canvas page, I was going through the syllabus and I saw that there's reading due for next week, I believe, but I couldn't find where, what reading it actually was, the pages.
Well, if you look in the daily thing, it says parts 1 and 2, or is it parts or chapters? I forget what it is.
Is it phase 1 and phase 2 that you were talking about?
Yes, phase 1 and phase 2. Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't put specific page numbers down. Yeah, just check that out through there. Good question.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
I have a question.
Sure. Who's this one? Oh, is it Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I know you said we'll submit a PDF at the end, but then we'll also submit each step of it throughout the semester.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. And there will be assignment tabs for that.
Yeah, that's just what I was covering. I I'm going to put an assignment on there of when the 4 parts of the projects are due. And so just so you know, but you're not going to turn it in through Canvas. You're just going to you're just going to message it to me. You'll never turn anything in through the assignments tab for this course.
Okay. Do you have any examples of like students from like a past semester or something, like the final outcome, like for the PDF that they submitted, that you'd be able to like send us or something?
No, this is the first time we've done it this way, so I do not. This is the first time this class has ever been taught virtually. Until now, every class has had to print out like a big thing as if you're going in, sitting there, you know, chatting with everybody. But we don't have to do that this semester. So, you know, again, you're going to turn in just the guts. The 4 times through the semester, you're going to turn in the guts. And then at the end, you're going to take the guts and you're going to make a beautiful campaign that looks good with imagery and maybe graphs and outcomes of your research for whatever question you're going to solve for your company, things like that. Does that help?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Thank
cool.
you.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you make it look pretty throughout the semester until the end. It's almost like a check-in with me, just so I know that you guys, you know, are progressing and doing okay. Or that's when we got to be like, hey, you guys got to kick ass and get going. Yeah, but I have faith. This is going to be a fantastic class. Anything else? Anybody have anything else?
I just wanted to quickly ask, so when we submit it over the semester, are you going to look through it and tell us what you'd like us to change, or is it just we're submitting it and that's it?
Yes, this will be, you know, usually I'm not going to fine tooth comb it, but I'm definitely going to look at it. And I'm definitely going to give my opinion and say, hey, you take it, you know, where you want to go from my opinion. Very good question. Thank you. You know, it's not like writing a blog, you know, you don't have like 20 blogs to do for the semester or something like that. Yeah, you'll each time you submit something, it'll be, you know, a good chunk of a PR campaign.
Do we have an outline at all? I know that Sarah had mentioned any previous work that you could show us, but is there like a made up outline that you might have shown previous classes?
No, again, this is the first time I've taught this specific class, done this online. But what I can do is, no, that's a really, really good point. I'm going to put that on my notes too. So I can create, an outline that just kind of, here's the structure that I'm looking for. How does that, you know, does that help? You know, and be like, okay, so here's your opening, here, you know, research, then you go into, you know, tactics, and you know, then like, you know, I'm going to ask that you, you know, and then after tactics, maybe you give your interviews and stuff, because you're going to have to talk to said people and submit interviews too. So, yeah, so an outline of the steps. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Yeah, it's a good call. I want you guys to kick ass. I want to give everybody A's. I don't like giving people anything under like A's or B's. C's and downs suck, right? That's always the goal, make an A or B. Yeah. So do the work on time, and, you know, show that you're really putting some qualitative thought into it, and you'll do great in the class. Yeah, party on, party people. As I'm bouncing on my yoga ball. Woo! Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. It's crickets. So right now, there's not a leader, but I would suggest out of your group, everybody have a leader, you know, of the 4 of you, somebody to help just kind of champion it and keep things moving along. So yeah, say hey to your groups. Please take this time now. This is it for class. But right now, you know, really, like, everybody reach out to each other if you already haven't done that, or if you know each other, you know, something, start that process. Get together, talk about what you want to do. That's the hardest part, man. is figuring out who and what your company and what you want to do. Because then after that, it's just fun. Like, oh, okay, this is cool. So now I just get to do cool shit, to make it happen for said organization. Boom. Okay, thanks. Hey, peace and love to everybody. Stay safe. I will see you next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is a big day too. Again, remember, you can't miss classes with these things because we go over big stuff each class from here on out. So thank you. We'll chat. Bye, everybody.
Oh, quick question for you, Ben.
Sure. Yeah.
When did you want us to talk about the grad part of stuff?
Oh, sure. I mean, you want to talk now or do you want to talk later?
That's fine. I don't. Yeah. I don't mind.
Yeah, cool. If you're good right now, yeah.
Sure.
Hey, do you guys, Caleb or Ellis, you guys got a question? Are you still hanging out just before I talk with Jackie here?
I had one quick question, actually.
Sure.
I didn't think anyone from my group was here today. At least I checked through the participants list. I don't know if people were. Best way, should I just reach out to them through Canvas, or if you know any of them personally, or Caleb, if you know any of them personally? I know we've had quite a few classes together, so.
I did see other people from your group in. I knew their last names.
I think I might have gotten one of them wrong. It was Ogre.
AUGERAZZIZ. Ball, and then you, Burn.
Awesome. Thank you much. I really appreciate it.
Hey, you're welcome, man. Have a good one.
All
Hey,
right.
what's up, Caleb? You got a question, buddy?
Yeah, I just had a quick question on just, like if there was a time that you and I could potentially meet to just kind of discuss some things. It wouldn't be like a quick question, but if
Sure.
something like that would be available.
Man, send me a Canvas message. And
Okay.
We'll chat in the next few days. Is that cool?
That works for me. Yep.
Yeah,
Thank
we'll
you.
get on and we'll do a Zoom, man.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. All right. So yeah, you get to do the project, man. Kick ass on your own.
Yeah, I mean, this is my first PR class, so I'm just kind of like.
What's your major? How is this your first PR class?
So originally I got a bachelor's degree in organizational leadership and supervision. And then I took 2 years off to try to pay as much as I could over the course of the last 2 years. And then I wanted to start my master's in PR. And I was looking through the courses that were available this semester.
Yeah.
And I started as a non-degree just because I didn't have time to take the GRE yet.
Sure.
So I started with this because you were online and that fit perfectly with the pandemic and my work schedule. So I do appreciate being allowed in this class.
Sure. Have you done any, so like you're wanting to get into public relations, right?
Right. So I've taken a couple marketing courses in advertising. I've taken some graphic design and applications. I've taken various courses that someone from the journalism program said that was okay and accepted for me to be into PR.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. I just, it is an intense class. We are talking research, which will be a big one for you.
I feel good about the course. I've already read, I'm into phase 2 of the book already.
Nice.
So
Okay.
I feel good about everything. I just wasn't.
And I can help you out. We can chat after class or something like that. I want to make sure you get what you need out of this class as a graduate student. Between you and me, I'm making this class a lot harder on undergrads.
Really?
So they're really going to do some kick-ass work that I would not normally have undergrads do, but we can do it. They can do it. They're ready for it. So.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I hope I live up to at least the undergrad expectation right now since I'm a newbie. I remember like last week when we were talking, I was like, wow, he's saying everybody should know this stuff by now. And I'm here with like a blank book in my hand. So.
I get it. And that's why, I'll chat with you. I'll help you out. If you need a little bit more core, just some talk, no question's a bad question. I want you to do good, so yeah, absolutely. I'll help you out with that. Or if you're like, give me a 101 on this or something like that. So,
okay, perfect.
Yeah. I'll help you out, man. You'll do good. What do you think? what have you thought about your project? You have any ideas?
So I'm not, did you ever come to Indiana?
Do I ever come to Indiana? Yeah, I'm from Indiana. I used to be on television there. I lived in downtown Indianapolis.
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I left in 2013 to come up to Michigan. So,
Okay, so you've heard of Taylor's Bakery then?
oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I grew up. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I mean, I was thinking about doing a project on them because I know they were hit pretty hard with things. I haven't officially decided. I just jotted some ideas down, but I know the owners there. I know a lot of people that work there, and I know that they've been having some pretty harsh times with the pandemic, and they seem kind of all over the place internally with how they're handling stuff. So
Mhm.
I thought that would be a pretty good campaign.
Yeah. I mean, it depends like what for the bakery? Just a
Um,
just a awareness campaign, just do they need to get out there, or like what are they doing differently during the pandemic now or something like that?
yeah, I was thinking about a type of getting more word out there of the new changes that they put in place because they're just some of the stuff transitioning more socially, like social media and online stuff hasn't been publicly known yet because I know that they just really based everything off of word of mouth. But
Sure.
I also consider doing an employee morale type of thing internally. So I
I
wasn't.
like I mean, let me ask you this, since you know them, what do they need more?
Uh,
You
I
know,
think
I mean,
it
you don't
just,
have to answer that now. You can think
yeah.
about it, but like, yeah, I mean, would it help them better to boost employee morale and have them be more productive or something like that? Or would it be better to help highlight them to the Indianapolis area and show that they are, still there, they're changing with the times, they're safe, their food, all that. That's a big deal now with people, you know?
I mean, that was kind of my iffy one, just because what's the real need for bakery food? So it kind of, because it's not a restaurant, but I mean, it was an interesting thought, just like a thought.
No, I like it. I mean, yeah, what would be your end goal? Again, so if it's a publicity awareness campaign,
Mhm.
I would kind of like analyze that by, okay, did we boost sales, or did we, have more website, social media hits, or something like that. And an easy way to do that with companies like that is to use a coupon code and stuff, like as something specific, because it will help you measure success a lot
Mhm.
easier and things like that, because they know, oh, we had X amount submitted or something like that.
Okay.
Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, that could be a tactic, but I mean, even in this, you're going to have to do your research. You're going to have to talk to the owners of the bakery. You're going to have to ask them about who are their publics. What are what are their challenges right now? What do they, where do they see themselves in 5 years? Where do they see themselves in 10 years?
Mhm.
How are they weathering the storm right now, the fucking horrible pandemic?
Yeah.
I mean, all that stuff. So, and you're going to take that, information, and you're going to use that information to be like, oh, okay. So if it's an awareness campaign and these are their publics, these are their demographics, and then you got to think about, okay, what are the best ways to reach said age group?
Mhm.
Is it male? Is it female? How do they want to be reached out to? I mean, do they have some like real use for an older tactic, which they might, man, just because even old people like donuts. So I mean, maybe do they go on like Indie Star or something like that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is all stuff to think about, and this is what makes this class cool. you know
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely do like the class. It is cool.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's just me thinking off the cuff, just talking with you. So if
Yeah.
you come up with another one, cool. But I mean, yeah, I think you could do something really fun with the bakery for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely ask if they're even like okay with the idea first.
Mhm.
So I will try.
And it doesn't have to be public. That's the thing. So, if they're okay with it and they're like, oh, they want to hold on to it, maybe when they get some money, you know, because you're going to put a budget in here too. You're going to talk about money and how much do you think you need to spend in said campaign and stuff. So,
Okay. Yeah. All right. I think I have some good ideas going on then. All right.
Nice.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime, anytime. So, kick butt. Thanks for being our lone grad student.
Of
And
course.
may the force be with you.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Hey, you too. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.